Hi, how are you, ma'am?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm pulling you over, okay? Can you pull over to the side right here?
Why are you pulling me over?
You're going 61 and a 45, ma'am.
It's not possible. I just left my location. I just pulled out of the park right there.
Ma'am, you did not just pull out of the park. You came over here.
I just ran a 5K at the park right there just now.
John Prince Park, right? And you went and you took the bridge on 6th Ave right there? The 6th Avenue Bridge? Ma'am, I just saw you come from the bridge. And I tagged you.
I live in Miami, so I'm just
Okay, I understand that. Right now, I'm pulling you over for going 61 and a 45. I need your license registration.
45.
Ma'am, I clocked you at 61 on the 45, okay?
My thing will tell me if I was going 61.
Okay, so what other white Mercedes was going 61?
Listen, I'm not sure, but I literally just pulled out.
Okay, well, right now I'm asking you for the information. I'm telling you I'm pulling you over. If you don't give me the information I'm asking for, you could be subject to arrest. Do you understand?
It's okay. My dad's a cop. I can just call him.
Okay. Right now I need your license, registration, proof of insurance.
Why are you pulling me over then?
I just told you you're going 61 and a 45. I'm not going to show you.
No. By law, you have to show me. Excuse me. Go show me.
1-3. Can I get a 1394?
Show me.
Ma'am?
Excuse me. Show me so I can show.
I'm telling you, you have to comply with me. Okay. You know what? Step out of the car.
Excuse me.
Step out of the car.
No. Don't you ever touch my door.
No. Step out of the vehicle right now.
Listen to me.
Step out. There's case. Listen.
You cannot touch the handle of my car.
Get out of the car right now.
Excuse me.
Get out of the vehicle.
Excuse me. Don't
now you put your hands on me.
No, don't you ever.
You get out of the car right now.
You put your finger inside of my face. My uncle's a judge, so give me 1 second so I can go ahead and get your badge number.
Absolutely. Deputy Hernandez.
You put your finger inside of my car.
Deputy Hernandez, 41467. Step out of the vehicle right now.
Read me my rights then.
Ma'am, you need to step out of the vehicle. This was going to be a simple traffic stop for speeding.
You put your hands in my car and you won't show me that you said that I was
Step out of the vehicle.
And I just turned out from where I was.
Step out of the vehicle.
And I just turned out from where I was.
I explained to you that I'm pulling you over for going 61 and a 45. You're required to give me... Okay.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at this a little harder.
Go on. So basically, this was the stuff, and then you guys can call. We can call Coral Springs. They had printed out some stuff for me as well regarding like everything else, like it's saying like the birthday and all that stuff that made sense. And then this was the paperwork from when I was arrested. But if you look me up in the system, it's not going to be there. But I have my arrest one and all that stuff. And basically, it ended up saying the same exact thing here.
Yeah. So, because that warrant does come up with your name, it is you.
So
that's
the reason why we came down here, because we already had this run-in and all that stuff. So that was the issue we were running into.
Yeah. It cannot be cleared up here.
Right, so they told us that we had to come down to the county clerk to come down here to do it.
Yeah.
But I already had this issue, and it keeps on resurfacing over and over. I already have an attorney on it. They can't find the thing. I already called the county sheriff. I called them. They're like, we don't have anything. So we were just genuinely confused as to what's happening, because I've never had like an encounter anywhere regarding any of the stuff. So I just didn't really understand. They've already apologized to me for a mistaken arrest stuff. Like, they took my car for evidence for like 4 days. They returned it back. They apologized for it. Like, I have the emails and everything. I have like camera footage and all that stuff, but I don't know what to do with this one. They're like, oh yeah, it's for somebody born in 1989, and I was not born in 1989. My social security is not even what it says.
What we're going to do is, I'm going to have somebody relieve me here. Okay? And we're going to walk into my office, and we're going to try to straighten this out and see what's going on here. But she's claiming that it's not her warrant or her name on her, that she's had ongoing issues with this for quite some time. In fact, they were stopped.
Last week, I got pulled over, and I'm the one that's driving, and they ran both of us stuff. And they was about to arrest me, so they thought they wanted for me, but they realized it was for a name. And once they visited Coral Springs, and they realized, hold on, this is inactive. This is not inactive for his birthday, because she was born in '99, the warrant is '98, and then the Social Security, the last 4 digits of Social Security is different. And I was like, she tried to get it ahead. She lost the next job opportunity because it came up on record. You want to take some time to try to build?
We're gonna have to. Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Print out, and that'll be great. I have an attorney for something else, so I got stuck. I moved here in January, and I live in Brickell, so we just moved out here. And basically, at my apartment.
2 hours.
Yeah.
You just drove up from Brickell just after.
Yeah.
You think just for this?
Just for this, yeah.
She was at the clerk's office on the second floor, and they said they couldn't find anything, but we just have to hit.
Right, it's not
Yeah.
FCIC, it's a problem. Yeah, they was like, what's this, NCI?
NCIS or FC.
NCIC.
So that's what Pearl was supposed to look into that, and then that's when they saw the information regarding it. But I got stopped by Miami police, I guess what they're called, and basically I like four undercover cops. I found a point. They roughed me up in my garage. And
They go 916. I'm gonna need
went to jail for 17
unit to
hours.
take over post one.
Out, and then they ended up apologizing. So and I have all that stuff too. Like I mean, I'm currently like times up with them. I don't. So it's
Jeffrey Lopez is gonna sit down with you and try to straighten all this out.
Yeah, so we're gonna walk into my office, okay?
If anything, just do whatever you find, just do a report. Starting off, that she came to us to
Correct.
get this cleared out. All the mix match information. Take your time to be required.
Yeah.
Office told us that this is where it's at, this was from here. We didn't know what county to go to, they told us like, yeah,
Right. Well, it is a Palm Beach County warrant in our policy system, so we should be able to look up and find out where.
okay.
Yeah, we'll dig into it a little bit more, but understand that if it is come back to her, we cannot resolve this issue here. It's going to have to be taken to the court, and she is here,
Yeah, so I was already,
which means that she will be placed under arrest.
Yes. So we figured
Okay.
that. Okay.
Because it's not, we're trying to decipher this. I'm not going to place your handcuffs right now, but know this, I may have to give you a property, and you might have to wait outside till we figure this out, okay? Let's walk this way.
Thank you.
John, you got this? You might probably have to give that back to him, okay, in a few minutes, so we figure everything out. All right, because it's coming back as an active warrant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, is it after? Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I understand because if that was the case, I should have already been locked up 4 times on that.
Yeah, but I hear everything that is going on. I'm going to make a phone call, and we'll take it from there and see what's going on.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm on hold right now. I'm just trying to get a phone conference with somebody else that can confirm.
I appreciate it.
But I must tell you that everything is pointing that you do have something active. So technically, you will be placed under arrest and taken to a gun club.
What's gun club?
Yeah, that's our headquarters, our jail, and you will have a court hearing probably in the morning.
Okay.
Unless you place bond tonight, and I don't know what the bond schedule may be.
No, I get that, but I've already done this. What I'm saying, I've already done this exact same thing. I've already been
So,
for this.
well,
This
any
is-
documentation?
All of this is here, and I have the video as well of my arrest.
All right, I'm going to look at that in a moment. Let me just
Thank you.
clear up the phone call here. But everything's pointing.
I understand, but it says 1989. I have paperwork that says it says like 1989 and not my security. So I just don't understand. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know what to do. Like I haven't lived in the state for that long, so I'm just like.
So I was on the phone with Teletype, and what they're telling me is almost like what you're saying. There's one side that shows it, another side that does not. There will be will be a discrepancy what she's going to try to figure out and let me know.
That's fine. So also they had reached.
But
out
there's a
to
couple
us
of things.
regarding.
There's a couple of things that this warrant
Yes.
is not for Miami. It's not for Broward.
Yeah, it's not.
It's for Palm Beach County, if it in fact does exist.
So we already confirmed that it didn't exist. That's why I kept on getting stopped and told to leave. And
Yes,
stopped
there's
to leave.
because there's something there.
Yes, we
It's just that.
we couldn't.
All
So
right, let's see when she gets back to me, and we'll take her from there.
is it showing in June?
Something like in June or April.
I don't know. I don't know anything. I am not.
Again, like we were talking about earlier, they may have somebody that used your name, and you have an identity theft issue, which you're going to need to address. But this here is, we're going to try to rectify this. If it's not, then you have to pursue the identity theft from your home, and somebody's using your name,
Okay.
and have that report in hand that you documented it. But this here, what I would document, I'm going
Is
to
that showing
document.
something from April or June?
That's what I'm being told. Yes.
That's what I don't really understand because I don't
Yeah.
like.
All right.
But thank you.
Yeah, of course. Still on hold.
No, you're fine. I really appreciate it. My dad wants to know if there's some way they could get. This is my dad. He's a serial friend. He had to bail me out one time. He wants to know if there's some way that they can get like another printout from you guys.
Right now they're talking in my ear.
Oh, sorry.
I don't want to put it on mute because then they'll think I hung up.
No, you're good. I'll ask you after. Thank you.
So Coral Springs did have you, and they ran, and it came back as a hit, and for some reason they...
So they gave me the information as well.
Were you ever a resident of Pennsylvania?
I lived in Pennsylvania.
You was.
When I was 17.
And you have a Pennsylvania address and a Pennsylvania ID?
I lived in Pennsylvania, but I moved here from Texas.
Texas, okay. So unfortunately, this is an active warrant.
So
and I cannot resolve it at this level.
I understand. I have paperwork that shows that it was for someone with another Social Security for 1989. That's what they had expressed to me. So they said, because of all those things, there's going to be more work that has to be done because they're not trying to allow this to happen again. I was already with the judge. I have the emails from the judge, whatever it may be. If there is something else, whoever else I need to talk to, I've been calling
at this level
for a very long time.
There is no one else to speak to.
I totally understand.
So what's going to happen is I will be detaining, arresting you.
You can hear the frustration building on both sides here. She keeps pointing to mismatched birthdays and records. While deputies are focused on one thing, the system still shows an active felony warrant. And in situations like this, officers usually aren't allowed to simply ignore what the database says.
Place you in handcuffs and taking you to the jail. But my understanding is that this warrant has been issued out of Palm Beach County.
In June?
Yeah, Coral Springs should not have released you.
Right, but I was...
For whatever reason, they decided to do so. However, this warrant is still active.
So they... Under someone born in 1989. This warrant is...
Everything is coming back.
So ask them about the year. I have paperwork that shows the year of the person and the Social Security. They did give me that. So,
everything's coming back to you with your name, your address, and your information in Pennsylvania also.
But even in Pennsylvania, it doesn't change my age though. It doesn't change my Social Security. Right. So is there some way that you guys can double check on that? I have the information from Coral Springs in the system showing that it's not my Social Security
at this
and it's
level?
not my date of birth. I literally, that's my ID. I can give you a passport. I can give you a birth certificate. You guys can look me up, whatever
So
it is.
when I ran your name, they ran. This is why I was on hold for quite some time. They were trying to figure out why one system was not reading the other.
Absolutely.
And what they determined is that somebody just didn't do the whole file. But the warrant is active, and it is you.
So I was told that it was an inactive warrant, but even if it was active, is it with my Social Security and my birthday?
Yes, I have that.
With my birthday?
Yes.
But I have it, that's not my birthday. So
I don't know
NCIC
about
system?
that. I just know what's happening here right now.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is just give your property to your boyfriend.
Thank you.
All right? Your jewelry.
But is there something else? I understand what you're saying, but I've already done this.
Hold on a second.
So if there's a judge I can speak with tomorrow, I'm glad to do that.
Hey, Deputy Lopez?
Yeah.
Hey, this is Kylie in Teletype again. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Reference our subject, Chanel. We did some more digging again. It is in now the system FCC and CIC. I would check her date of birth. We had it entered differently. She was off by a few years. So this warrant actually is in FCC and CIC. But I don't know why we have the discrepancy like that. I just ran her again with a 1990 DOB, and she does pop up in the system with that warrant.
Okay.
So we had never cleared it. But I don't know why we didn't see it at first all that time.
All right. So it's active
so
and...
in the system. I can either print this over to, actually, here at the courthouse.
Yeah.
Can you have her look into this as well?
Still a Pennsylvania ID, and I have 810-1990. And her NIC number is still good. It's still in the system.
Okay.
So that's good news. That's good
Yeah.
news. It's still in the system now, so we figured that part out. Now it's just whether or not she identifies 100% and is our Chanel person. But she is an FCIC and CIC.
Excellent. This is going to be resolved in the courts. At this time, there's very little I can do at this point based on all the totality of the information. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that you know as soon as I can.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Something with like 1990, they did confirm that at least. But, so what's the next steps?
The next step is that we're going to take your property. All right, we're going to give it to your boyfriend.
So whatever you guys, I don't need to be going out and seeing the judge again. I've already done everything.
Okay.
I have emails from the judge, whatever you guys may need. If I need to see a judge tomorrow, I'm glad to come here and see them, but it's not here to bring me in. Come on.
Unfortunately,
I understand
because it's a felony, I cannot give you a court date. I have to take you to the jail, and you have to go through the process.
I've been to jail.
Yes, and so what you're going to do with this is tomorrow morning your boyfriend is going to bring this in.
I am not saying, I understand what you're saying, but like, I really appreciate you. You've been so great. but like this is a lot for me. I already had this over and over. It's countless over and over. At this point, I'm being harassed nonstop about something that I don't even understand. I've already been to jail for this, you understand? I've already had 4 guns and people roughing me up in my garage and throwing me up against walls and apologizing, taking my car and saying we're sorry for the inconvenience. I've already had all this stuff happen to me, so I get it, what you guys have to do, but is there some way that we can have another person come down and double check it? Whoever's alleging it, I don't even know who's calling this. I literally have all this stuff with them saying, hey, like, we don't need your corrupt evidence. We spoke with them, like, we're sorry for the inconvenience. It's just not fair to me.
I understand what you're saying. Except at this level,
it's a huge injustice to me. I've been calling about it. I've done all this stuff.
At this level, my hands are basically tied. So
that we can touch your chat with.
The warrant is showing active. And it's a felony warrant.
I totally do understand that, yes.
So
for someone in 1990, so
I cannot do anything about it because everything is coming back to your name and it's verified to your name.
But my name and someone else's birthday.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is we're going to place you under arrest and take you to Gun Club.
Okay.
They'll process you. Tomorrow morning, you go before the judge unless your boyfriend, there's a bond schedule or bail.
But what I'm saying is, yes, you can bond me out, but I already bonded out, is what I'm saying. So
they're not showing any of that. They're showing this as an open active warrant.
Right, but they're not showing. I just showed you all this stuff. I have videos from my arrest with Axon. I have all the video.
That doesn't clear up this warrant for whatever reason.
But that's regarding this warrant, is what I'm saying.
Yes, I hear this again, but it doesn't clear up the warrant.
If I was already in jail and I was already doing all this stuff for this exact warrant, wouldn't I have been
What I'd like you to do is, all right, you're going to have to hold that information. All right, we're going to have to start this process. So we can get you over there, and then if he's going to bail you out, you can get bonded out. And
right, but what I'm saying is I just bonded out for this back in March, sir. I'm trying to get you to understand. I'm already...
The only thing I'm going to keep, and it's going to follow you to the jail, is this driver's license. All the other property, and your phone if you like. All your other property, we're going to turn that over to your boyfriend if that's okay with you. If not,
I know that he's out there. He's trying to explain what's going to happen.
At least this. So, if you would, I'm going to have a female officer come down here and do a pat down, okay?
That's fine. Can we...
Make her 916?
Is there not a judge that can see me today at 4:30?
Can I have a female deputy respond to the squad room on the first floor for...
Is there not a judge I can see today?
No.
What's the last time for them? Is it 4:30?
The judges that are active are open cases that are up in the courtroom. They're handling others. This is a whole different...
Is there a judge that I can call that I personally know that I can...
They will not. They will not address this matter. This matter is going to be resolved tomorrow morning, unless you get bonded out and you get a court date. Tomorrow morning you will go before a judge.
Sir, I need you to understand. Is there someone, and I really appreciate you, I think you said you were the supervisor. Is there a supervisor that I can speak with, please?
At this moment, it feels less like she's trying to escape responsibility and more like someone desperately trying to stop a mistake from happening again. But once supervisors get involved and the warrant is confirmed multiple times, the deputies are locked into procedure.
Is there like another person I can speak with? Because I've already done this process. Is that
Sergeant Taylor? You got a moment, boss?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you guys need me to come back tomorrow, there's something I can work out with them. I would appreciate that, but...
Just one moment, please, okay, Shannon?
So
all right. You drive what kind of car? A white?
I have a Mercedes.
A white Mercedes. All right. There was a stop a few months ago.
In May? In June?
Right. And that is the result of... That stop is resulting this warrant.
So this warrant is showing that
I know what he's saying down in Miami-Dade. He doesn't have access to our system, and for whatever reason, he chose not to act on it. But he was told that there is an active warrant for your name.
So you told me that the active warrant is for the month of June. This is for March.
Yeah. So what he was told, and this is why I was on the phone with Teletype, and they explained to me, they confirmed that this warrant was active. Okay. He made his discretion, whatever he wanted to do. I don't know why.
No, this isn't out of Coral Springs, sir. This isn't from Coral Springs.
But I'm just being told, right? His discretion, and he made it a point that he did not want to, but the warrant was active to disregard it, something to that effect. However, I'm getting information that it is an active warrant, and there's there's video.
Correct.
And you just confirmed that you were stopped and you drive a white Mercedes.
Well, no, I was not stopped in June. I've never been stopped in June. I've never had to stop in June or in April. The only time I've been stopped was here in March.
That was the only time?
They're alleging that this is in March. They said that there was a warrant for me in March. You have a warrant for me in June.
Anybody drives your car? No.
Valet. Valet, possibly, that could be it. But you're saying that I have a warrant for the month of June and April? This is for March.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but that, whatever they did, Coral Springs?
No, this is Miami Place. This was in March. You have a warrant for June, right? I've never had any instances in June. I've never had any instances in the month of June or May. This is in March. This is what they're alleging. Do you want to take this?
No, I'm just looking.
Yeah, we're just trying to comparison. Yeah, I know. I looked at it. I know what he wrote. I read it, and yeah, this is down in Miami, in Coral Springs, in that area.
Well, no. Coral Springs is up this way. I got stopped at Coral Springs last week. I wasn't driving out of town.
And he's saying
this is in March.
Yeah, he's saying that there is a warrant.
And the information that I have regarding the warrant that they are claiming is for someone that was born in 1990 with a different social security, and I have another paperwork for that.
Well, again,
I just don't want to keep having this same run-in again and again because
I don't want you to keep doing this either.
I really appreciate it.
But we got a couple of more minutes, and then I have to decide exactly what's going to happen.
So if we can...
These are my supervisors, yes, and they're right now conferring.
Correct. Can we actually, because I came here in good faith, I've already had this entire run-in. Is there some way that I can speak with them? My attorney can speak with them?
So what's going to happen is, because it's a felony warrant...
This was a felony warrant too.
Yeah. That, I'm not going to refer to that anymore.
But this is, I'm saying I'm having...
That's going to have to be produced in court.
Correct. I understand that, but I already got stopped for a felony warrant. I got stopped by 4 undercover police officers at gunpoint. And they roughed me up in my garage.
I got it.
They threw me up against the cars and all this stuff for this
I got it.
thing.
Yeah, we're good. As far as that, I clearly hear what you're saying.
Can we confirm they took my car, they called Palm Beach. I have the emails and everything. They took my car, they called Palm Beach, and they were like, hey, we're sorry for the inconvenience. I can show you the email. And they ended up releasing all the stuff. So I've already been stopped and detained, and I wasn't even stopped. I don't even know. I can't really articulate what happened. But
all right, you're gonna have to sign up, okay?
yes,
You want to put your property there, please?
yes.
And my partner here is gonna search you, okay?
Oh,
So all I really want is your cell phone. Honestly, based on the warrant and totality, if you wish to allow, please. Thank you very much. Place your hands behind your back like you're praying. Excellent.
Police officers from Miami stopped me at gunpoint, wrapped me up in my garage. We spent 3
Well,
hours.
let me stop you because I don't want to waste your time.
No, I understand.
Let me
that.
see.
But they ended up telling me that it was
Whatever you're
because of
talking
this.
about now, that's fine.
Correct.
It may not be you, but that's not the warrant that you're going under arrest for today.
But do you know?
It may be, you may also get that one as well, and you'll have to deal with that one down the
I
road.
went to
The warrant that you are being arrested for today is fleeing and looting, which was caught on a video, which I just watched, and I believe it is you, based on what I watched on the video.
This changes everything. Up until now, there was uncertainty about records and identity confusion. But the deputy is now saying he personally reviewed video evidence and believes she's the same person involved. That's why the tone suddenly becomes much more direct and final.
It looks like you're identical to the person who's on it. There are similar features that I looked at, I'm verified, I'm looking at right now, that I saw on the video.
Yes, sir.
You have a very defined look. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. You have little birthmarks, and I watched the video, look exactly where they were. 100%, I'm convinced that it is you.
This is for fleeing and looting.
For fleeing and looting.
This is for fleeing and looting.
No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
The warrant that you're going for...
For June and June?
Hold on, you may be getting charged with that one as well. That'll be up to the jail.
What he's saying is that has nothing to do with
I'm telling you, you are under arrest right now for an active warrant from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office where you fled from an officer on 6th Avenue.
On video.
On video.
In June?
It doesn't matter.
I don't know what it is. I'm not looking at the date.
This is what that's pertaining to.
I'm just looking at the case number, your name, all your information, the tag, everything that comes back to you. There's an active warrant for you. And I'm telling you, as a deputy at the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, you are under arrest for that.
Yes.
And everything else you could deal with I don't know if you're going to be charged with that today or not. If corrections go, if you go down there and go, oh, she has other things, they're going to charge you with that.
Sir, I went to court. I ended up going to court for this. They apologized to me. They released my vehicle. I had a mistake. Apologized to me, and I am currently
for what I just read here. Yes, I don't. Doesn't matter to me. None of that matters to me right now. You're under arrest for the recent warrant that just came out for you for fleeing and looting, which happened on 6th Avenue. You do.
Do you know what date it's for? If you could tell me, because I have family in the
That's going to be brought up in court.
Correct.
March 2nd.
March 2nd, I think it is.
For March 2nd?
Yes.
That's what this is for, sir. I'm trying to help you to understand that this what this is.
Well,
and I've already...
and listen, if you have gone through this and all like that, I apologize in advance. But right now, there is an active warrant for you for Palm Beach County, which you are in.
But I was stopped in Coral Springs as well. I wasn't driving, I was a passenger.
Okay, and again,
and my aunt, she's an FBI, she looked into it. They couldn't find it. It was for somebody born in 1989.
Again, I'm telling you right now,
correct, sir.
There is an active warrant for you in the system. That has nothing to do with us. We're going to do our job. Whatever happened in Coral Springs, they didn't. Whether you feel they did your job or not, we're going to do our job. A judge says there's a warrant for you. Just bring her forth to me, and that's what we're going to do.
I went to the county clerk before I came. I drove down here from Brickell. I came down here in good faith because I was a little bit confused. I went up to the clerk and they printed out things and said to my dad saying that they couldn't find anything inside the system. I genuinely
they only have a certain partial of the system. We have more access to palms and all that stuff, and that's where it came up. Then they matched it up with some other database for warrant, and it came up. So 2 databases came up with a hit, and this is what my sergeant is trying to explain. At this point in time, again, none of this will be resolved. This has to be resolved in court.
Correct.
Right now, my sergeant is explaining, you have an active warrant, and we have to move on with that one. Any other thing else?
City in Pennsylvania.
So we're just going to move on. And you said you have an attorney?
For something separate, though.
All right.
And occupation?
Urban finance.
In terms of what she's talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all the judge. Because when you get to intake, they'll tell you what's shown in the system, what bond there is, if any, and what judge, they can even tell you what judge issued it, but then everything else is done through.
Can you guys also print out showing, I have a printout, but showing the date of birth for 1990 and the social security, that is not mine, and the birthday, that is not mine. Can we also have a printout of that as well?
So what they're going to do is they're going to be taking fingerprints and doing what they call rapid ID and verifying all that stuff. And they'll confirm the warrants as well.
Because they'll see what is on your Florida GF and then match it up with all the different hits that they have in their system.
When I went to jail, they did all of those things. That's why the judge told me to get an attorney.
Okay, Chanel,
everything.
we're going to walk to my car.
Thank you so much.
All right? Yes. So I'm going to try to make this as nice as possible. There may be people on the street. I am parked on the backside, all right?
Thank you.
If you walk with me, okay?
Cases like this are exactly why bodycam footage sparks so much debate online. Some viewers will see officers carefully following procedure, while others will see a system that may have failed someone repeatedly. Either way, this situation escalated far beyond a simple traffic stop. If you made it this far, drop your thoughts below. Was this a justified arrest or a massive records nightmare?